Today I'm going to share with you my technique for embroidering on a canvas tote bag using a single needle embroidery machine. I use the Brother NQ1400E, but you can certainly use the same technique for other machines such as the Brother 770. And I'm embroidering on this tote bag from bagsdepot.com. This one actually has a zippered top, and it's actually got a zipper pocket on the back, but we're going to go ahead and embroider on the blank side on our single needle machines. So let's get started. The design that I'm going to be embroidering is from urbanthreads.com, and it's called Pollillo. It's a moth, and I'm going to be using these reinforcements that I got from the dollar store to mark my center point, and then the sides of it as well to make sure I can keep it nice and even. So once you have the center point of the design marked, then I just use the handles as a guide, and I like to use these gridded rulers to help measure, and then I can just find the 4 points all the way around the edges of it to make sure everything's nice and even. Okay, then I'll hoop some tearaway in my hoop, and this is a 6x10 hoop, but again, you can use other size hoops as well. And I also like to use my gridded mat to help me find the center and to keep a nice straight line across the stabilizer and mark where my points are. This way it'll be easier to match up when I'm aligning the bag in the hoop. Okay, so the next step will be to turn your bag inside out, and so I have it inside out, and make sure that the opening of the bag is going this direction when you line it up with your stabilizer. So the side that connects to the machine, if you have a Brother that connects on the left side, you make sure that the bag is set up so that the opening faces this direction. So I've got the stabilizer has a little bit of spray and some tape on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up these reinforcement dots with the marks that I made on my stabilizer. Okay, so now I've got it in the hoop, and I have it pinned in. I've actually turned it all the way around so you can see this side of the hoop is not the side that connects to the machine. That side is by the base of the bag. So now I'm ready to stick it on the machine. Okay, in order to get the bag on the machine, one of the things you're going to need to do is to take this cover off, completely off your machine. It may take a little bit of wrestling. I've already loosened it because I really can't do this very easily with one hand on videotaping, but you just remove this piece and then you'll have better access to your machine. Okay, the next part is to go ahead and slide the hoop onto the machine with the bag on it. So make sure you get that latch down, to make sure it's down, and then I go ahead and take the strap, and it's a little tough to do with one hand, but I pull it under the presser foot and then pull the rest of that bag back. Bring this other side of the bag up and over the machine, so that now you'll be embroidering with the bag inside out in the machine itself. Okay, so then you load your design onto the machine and make sure that it's facing the right direction. This happens a lot where people end up putting things on upside down. So then you can use the buttons on your machine to make sure that you're aligned. I like to use this little button right here to go from one spot to the other to make sure that it's completely aligned. So it's a little hard to do again with one hand, but basically I'm using those reinforcements inside the machine, and I'm making sure that it is going from one to the other as I'm and it's freely moving as well as I'm doing this. So, and it looks like they're in the right spots, which means it'll be nice and lined up. Okay, so you will need to pull the bag back in order to thread your machine, and then once you've got it threaded, you can put it back up again and just make sure again that the straps are completely out of the way and nothing's going to bump into anything. Okay, once everything is lined up and you've got your first color threaded, then you can go ahead and put your presser foot down, make sure you've removed your reinforcements or any other markers that you've used, and you can start embroidering. take the bag off the machine, I do the reverse of what I did earlier. I push the bag back under the needle, the presser foot, and then you lift up the lock and slide the hoop out very carefully. Once you've removed the hoop, just go ahead and take your pins out. And once you remove the bag from the hoop, turn it right side out and admire your work, and hopefully it looks as beautiful as you expected. And that's how I embroider a canvas tote bag on a single needle machine. Now that you know, get stitching.